Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, folks of all ages, all sizes, and everybody in between. I hope you're all doing wonderful tonight, maybe even beautiful tonight. Please take wonderful care with me here as I get everything all set up. But we are back at it again with more Elden Ring in this case. I know it has been a lot more than usual lately on this Elden Ring journey, but I can't lie to you, I have been I've been hardcore grinding and wanting to just kind of make this progress as much as possible. Um and I feel like it's really been paying off, honestly. I really do. I feel like we've been doing an absolute magical job and a half here, and I could not be more excited. So, folks, if you have had a wonderful time with me here, if you're all comfy, all good to go, I'm going to go ahead and get everything set up as it needs to be, as we want it to be, and from there, yeah, pretty much we just get right into the run. So, yeah, go ahead, sit back, get yourselves comfy, and this shouldn't take too long. Alrighty, cool. Alrighty, folks, I think we're pretty much good to go. Let's go ahead and get right into this run here today. So, last time we left off, we found ourselves in a little teensy tiny bit of a pickle. There's a couple different locations that we could go to right now, and all of them, frankly, are kind of fucking dangerous, if I'm gonna be honest. But I think we're okay. I honestly reasonably believe ourselves to be quite okay as far as it stands. I'm going to go ahead and do this actually real quickly because this is not a bad get. We should definitely have that as a back pocket option. Um, Honestly, not a bad idea to have some poison bone darts anyways. Why not? Can we have a shield that's halfway decent right now? Let's see here. Guard boost 50, 49, 46. Maybe, actually. We might be okay. We might actually be able to get away with this inverted hawk shield. So, you know what? Let's go ahead and choose that as kind of like our baseline shield to go with right now. Let's see how that works out. Cool. I don't think we're going to wield it right away, but we're going to go ahead and keep that as our option. So anyways, as it stands right now, we have a fair amount to get done. We have a fair few number of routes on our hands. However, the main thing that we're kind of concerned about right now is, honestly, we have two major bosses in front of us. We have, on one hand, we have Melania, which I'm sure I don't really have to express it. Melania is a fun ton and a half, of course, obviously. On the other route, however, we have ourselves a equally as fun boss option. We have ourselves the gargoyles, which honestly doesn't really strike me as a very valid option as far as I'm concerned. It's not a good option. It's just not. Um, so with any luck, we'll be able to get just enough kind of going for ourselves here that we can go ahead and make Melania. Funny enough, Melania is the more valid option in this circumstance, as far as it stands right now. Because honestly, Melania, while she can be miserable, she's not the worst thing ever for us. Alright, here's what we're going to do. We're going to actually ignore the boss for 2 seconds here. We're just going to head over this way real quickly. I'm going to go ahead and get into here. Because if I can get into here, I can pretty much just sneak up on the boss real quickly and just do a whole lot of damage instead of getting myself dicked over in miserable time. Because there definitely was a Skelly Bro there, and the Skelly Bro would have pretty much crushed us, like, in an instant. It's not even a joke. Hey, Star, how you doing tonight? It's good seeing you. It is great seeing you. Alright, let's see here. Okay, so Omen Killer's chilling right there. That's fine. Alright, fucking Ice Breath this bozo. That kind of worked out, like, super well, huh, didn't it? Oh, wow, we do a lot of damage, actually. Like, we do a lot of... Oh my goodness, that's a lot of damage. Holy! Melania's been bullying you for the last 2 hours. I could fully believe that story. Melania is... She's not a joke. In no way whatsoever has Melania ever been a joke. So we could technically go down to Nakaran if we wanted to. And that wouldn't be a bad option because there are some later game items down there. So why don't we plan on doing that actually? I just kind of immediately thought about it. There is a merchant down there. And merchants in this case can have quest items for us. So that is not a bad pull. Yeah. No worries on that star, though. I promise you, I will absolutely be showing how it is done. How to absolutely cake the ever-living shit out of Melania's cakes. Haven't seen second phase yet. That is, frankly, just fine, Star. Honestly, that's not bad. Like, do not discount that at all. Like, that's not bad. You have not been doing a bad job. Melania is a brutally painful boss fight, as far as I'm concerned. She there's very few things about Melania that are actually like outright polite in any way whatsoever. I do not like this elevator very much. What is something that I could craft? I guess if I wanted to, I could technically craft some rod pots. Sure, why not? And I guess I could craft some poison pots. Sure, why not? This elevator is massive, though. I mean, look at this. We're not even like, we're almost down. And we've been on this elevator probably for a solid almost just over 30 seconds. Jeez, out Pete's. What a long elevator. Who asked? Who sat here and said this was what I wanted? Yes, I am impatient. I am definitely impatient, at least a little bit on certain things. Can I say that's actually really funny how the game would crash? No! The game fucking crashed there? Come on! You know what this means, right? You know what this means? This means that we're gonna be back at the top of the... I don't want to go back to the top, Mommy, please. I don't wanna. I don't wanna. Oh, god damn it. Fuck! Alright, well, never mind. I guess we're gonna go do Melania now. Because I would rather do Melania than wait on the fucking elevator a second time. And that's stupid. But the game crashing as soon as I made it to the bottom is... That's such bullshit! Alright, fucking stop talking. Thank you. Bye. Bye! Man, and here I was hoping I'd, you know, go and find myself a halfway decent shield or something, or some way to level up my shield at a bare minimum. What's funny about this is that I need a fair amount of damage resistance to make this all work. Like, I really, really do. I'm curious, actually. Could it technically be better for me to do this instead of keeping on this? I don't really know off the top of my head, because the main thing that Malenia, like, what you pretty much want in this case is a decent shield with fizz block. In order to properly block the first part of Malenia's attacks. Malenia is a goofy goober, and the hardest part of her waterfowl in this case is, of course, obviously the very first part of it. It is the worst. Good, you use the brass shield. That is exactly what you should be using. The brass shield makes Malenia a lot more bearable when it comes to the very first part of her attacks. It definitely does. So we're out of frost prots. Do I have anything worth talking about otherwise? No, not really in this case. I could technically summon for the fight, but I don't really feel like doing that, so whatever. We're just gonna live with it. Chug this. Alright, cool. Okay, you know what? Honestly, our damage is a lot better here. Yeah, this is a lot better. This is genuinely, like, significantly better than what we were dealing with. I am tempted to re-crab real quickly, because the thing about this is I have to fight second and first phase Malenia here. Like, it's not just Malenia. Okay, so Star. The thing about this is I was able to get away with that there, but if you're ever dealing with Malenia and you don't feel like you can run away good and proper there, that's why you shield. Okay, cool. Second phase. Shit. I forgot to actually... Oh, that's unfortunate. Oh well. It's fine, I can get away with it, but it's obnoxious. Okay, waterfowl. Run away. Roll in. Walk sideways, and then run away. Run away. Okay, there we go. Love to see it. I did that inappropriately. There's a way to do it, and it makes it a lot better to actually do it, but I did it the worst way possible. Sidestep, sidestep. Big meaty smashers. Run away. That could have ended poorly. Yet I got away with it, frankly. Okay. Actually, fuck. Fucking eat it in the ass, Torrent. You goofball, stupid horse. Okay, she's doing this. That's fine. Actually, funny enough, Talisman. Honestly, I should have had this prepped to begin with, but it's fine. Okay, we got our Frost proc off. Cool. And there we go, Malenia put in the grave. We love to see it. And no foot to eat on her grave site. Unfortunate, but you know what? She's a dead boss fight, so We love to see it. That's a lot of runes. That's a really, really good amount of runes. Anyways, so on that boss fight, Star, when you see her do the first part of Waterfowl, there's one of two options for you. There's one, if you are quick enough, you could definitely try to run away from the very first part of it. Or two, you hold shield through that very first part of it, and second and third part of Waterfowl are always the same. Second part is you always roll right into her leftover attack, and then the final part you always pretty much just do that slow walk to the left, walk backwards, pretty much. Damn, our flask is incredibly strong, actually. That is not bad at all. We are quite happy to see that. I'm kind of getting a mixed feeling on what I should do for my stats in this point, but I think what we're choosing is roughly okay. I think we're okay. I could go check and see how this is going to go, but I'm also very worried about how it could go. Okay. You know what? I will try it, and we'll see how it works. All right, crab, and away we go. All right, so this is going to be a fight. Big meaty smash. Rolled. The important thing to remember here is that this is not the only gargoyle. But luckily, it is indeed the only one that gets to breathe. That could not have worked out better, actually. Okay, big meaty smashers. Run away. Let him breathe his bullshit. Awesome. Okay. I should probably re-crab here before the second fight starts. I could have sworn I could have rolled that in time, but sure, whatever. Alright, crab here. I don't understand how the whiff happened there, but sure, okay. I'm getting greedy, and that's a little worrisome. Okay, cool. We got away with it. We're fine. Ooh, that was a lot of lag there. Okay, honestly, completely fine. This is relatively easy. Ooh, relatively easy. Good, it's a really good thing I'm meaty as hell. I think the big thing here is that I don't really have a lot of magic resistance. Chug. Big meaty smash. Big meaty smash. And fucking eat a fat dick, Loretta. You don't get to breathe at all. Wonderful. Awesome. Great rune? That's not a great rune. But it is 89k. So... shit. It means that our great rune is going to be in some weirdo location. Awesome. Cool. Magical. Really. A little annoyed about that, but whatever. Frankly, it is what it is. We'll find what we're looking for eventually. It's just going to take more time than it frankly should. Okay. So, one of our great runes could be here. So I guess that is probably going to be our next location of checking, more than likely. Yeah, what's up, Mamba? How you doing tonight, bud? I'm gonna take a real quick sip on a drink here, folks. The other hard part is that, technically speaking right now, we could actually have to go down to the city of Nokron, frankly. We could have to do that. That is 110% possible. I'm doing good tonight, man. I'm doing good tonight. I think our run is... I'm actually, like, incredibly happy with the run that we've had right now. It's solid. Like, it is a solid run. The one thing we're running into right now that's a little difficult is we're not finding a whole lot of, like, somber weapons in this case. And we have yet to actually max out any of our somber, or our smithing weapons, or have enough stones to even get them there. So, this is Thadwick still. We still have Thadwick on board. Also, folks, as it stands, and I'm a little happy to announce this, but we officially actually have our coffee is now linked in the description of this live stream. So, folks, if you feel generous and you feel like donating, that is a easy way to help out in that front. And though I would honestly say, if you want to, feel free to hold off on it still for right now, because once we have the actual YouTube partnership, we should, technically speaking, be able to actually do the live stream messages and whatnot. So I just feel like announcing it, because honestly, I'm pretty fucking proud of a lot of shit right now. I feel like we've been doing, like, super duper well for ourselves lately, and I'm pretty happy about it. I really am. Oh, hey, look, a fucking goofball. Okay, collect that. Awesome. The guy's name in this case is Thadwick. We got Thadwick Bosman on board right now. Yeah. Thadwick Bosman. Not changed since the last time we brought them up, in this case, Mamba. Luckily, for once, instead of actually dying, I was able to keep a character breathing. So, yeah. I'm actually really happy about that, frankly, because, like, it's nice seeing a character get to breathe for way longer than what would normally be expected for most of my characters. Especially considering the track record. But it's been a good run. Like, this has been a really good run. Again, the one thing I wish I could change, it's a little difficult to change it at this point, but it is what it is. And that is, I don't really want to find myself using the Serpent Hunter. I like the Serpent Hunter a whole lot. But, as it stands right now, we don't really have a secondary option that's a different quality. I mean, we technically do. We have quite a few choices. It's just nothing we have we can good and proper level up for the most part. Do I have, actually, I'm curious. Do I have a second... Oh, wow, I have 4 level tiers. You know what? Maybe we'll pivot. Maybe we'll pivot soon here into the Dark Moon Greatsword, because I kind of wanted to do that anyways. Like, I really wanted to do that, actually. Like, it... Luckily, I don't believe those aggros... I don't believe jellyfish aggro unless they turn red specific. The other Nugis, NGs will be painful. I fully agree with you on that front, but I highly... Funny enough, I believe they will be easier than the current one we're on right now. I really do believe that. Starting off a new game run is, in almost every single way, just a much harder experience as far as I'm concerned. How do I get up from here? Oh, okay. I'm stupid, that's why. Alright, run across here, run over here. Alright, cool. We made our way up. Wonderful. No, exactly. That is exactly the reason for what I've chosen for the run. It's absolutely because I wanted to win. Honestly, yeah. I think it'll be a lot easier for us to distribute and make up a new build on later new games than for us to worry about it. Because at that point, it won't be as much about having to figure out what we need to do for everything. It'll just simply be, hey, we need to make this happen, you know? That's really it. Like, as long as we don't, like, outright fucking die to stupid shit, like, you know, like me being a bozo, like, right now, we're fine, frankly. We are fine. That is a scary enemy. Luckily, they didn't really aggro. So cool. We'll take it. Alright, cool. Awesome. Fuck that guy. These enemies aren't really doing jack dick to me, huh? Like, I'm kind of grateful for that fact. Also, Melania is covered now in this run, actually. Quick reminder, folks. Melania is dead. So we don't have to worry about running into another Melania at this point. As long as I don't run into something somehow harder than Melania, we're fine. Also, you might think it a waste to use Crab here, but it's not even a waste to use Crab here, because frankly, Crab is cheap as hell for us. We have an infinite source of Crab. This guy is crazy with his hammer swings, and I don't very well appreciate it. I'm giving him way too much credit, and I don't think he deserves it. Alright, big meaty smash. Put this man in the grave. Duelist of Briar. More like Duelist of the Friar. That was an awful, awful, miserable joke. That wasn't even very funny. Big meaty chunkers. Yeah, big meaty chunkers indeed, my friend. Okay. Alright, I'm trying to think right now, where can we go? And I think right now, our next destination is coming back over here. Because last time we left off, one of our problem points was over here. And the main reason it was a problem point is because the next area we're going to be running into here has not only just a wide variety of bullshit enemies, frankly, which, mind you, that wide variety of bullshit enemies more than likely can probably one-shot me in most cases. Actually, you know what? I think we're okay on this one. This one is not nearly as bad as it could be. Granted, meaty flour is kind of obnoxious, but whatever. Alright, cool. Put him in the grave. Awesome. Love to see it. But now, we have this right here, which that's not really the problem here. It's that. That right there is the problem. Dodge that. So I think the trick here is going to be dragon icing this and hoping we get away with it. We kind of got away with it. Not very well, but roughly. Oh, hey, look at that. We'll take that. Sure, fuck it. That that makes our life easier. Alright. Now we just have lobster. Which, you know what, honestly, lobster, like, sucks. Okay, cool. See, that would have definitely been something. I see the item, I don't care. I do not care, chat. I do not care at all. We'll beat Melania for the first time. Oh, beating Melania for the first time does not even feel that good, and that is unfortunate. You know, honestly, that's the funny part about Melania, is that beating her for the first time doesn't even really feel that good. My first time beating Melania, I was, like, relieved that I was no longer having my toenails pulled out slowly. That is, like, the comparison I would give there. I was so ungodly annoyed and frustrated with that fight as a whole that I just didn't care after it was actually done. I just didn't want to see her ever again. I really didn't. You know, it's funny, actually, I could go check that legend. No, I'm not going to worry about it. There's a legendary weapon spot that we completely missed, which I'm not going to concern myself with it. It's just, it's there, sure, but I don't think it's at all worth it for the check in this case. Okay, alright. I mean, the Dex Knot is kind of cool. Dex Knot is kind of cool. Grab that, and we're on our way. Awesome. I would fully believe that, though, Mamba. I would definitely believe that. Put him in the grave. As you can see, it's very apparent why I didn't, at the end of the day, want to use this weapon for the run. It's very, very good. Like, honestly, like, I mean, I guess I'm giving myself more of a pass, because this is the starter run into this whole thing. This is the intro. But yeah, it still stands. Like, this is an overpowered weapon at the end of the day. Oh, Fia Shams. Okay. Alright, that's not too bad. That's not too bad. In fact, it's actually not really that bad at all, but still, kind of a little obnoxious. So the big thing that you're going to notice here is that crouch canceling is just kind of insanely huge on NPCs. They really don't know how to handle that very well. As you can see, it just kind of deletes them. They really don't know what to do about it. There we go. Perfect. Easy Fia's champs. And we did all of this just so we could get a shop. Isn't that lovely? 10k. No, honestly, that's crazy, isn't it? That is actually genuinely, like, so crazy. 10k possibly by tomorrow. We'll see. I mean, like, it feels so weird to me. Like, it's surreal that we're almost at 10k just like this. Like, it feels so crazy to me. Okay, a little wall cancel there because we can. We're nice with it, so we get the little bit of sauce in there. I'm excited. I'm absolutely excited about it. One thing you can kind of do for yourself if you ever want to, by the way, Star, is whenever you're falling off a long distance like that, try to punch at the last possible point of that. Like, time it out a little bit, but you can pretty much just kind of cancel fall, like your falling animation, if you do it well enough. And it's honestly, it's not a bad idea whatsoever if you can get it done good and proper. It saves you the fall. And that's the big thing. I'm gonna buy my favorite weapon, that, and I think this. Everything else here is kind of a fat mid out of 10. I guess I'll buy those. Sure. Alright, well that's the manor, I suppose. Heck, I guess at this point we could just go ahead and go in through the other route into Nokron, which we're gonna probably have to do because we still need to do a third Great Rune at this point. Dude, I really... It feels so genuinely surreal to me that it's almost at 10k like this. Like, just like less than, frankly, a month ago, I feel like we were just barely scraping 1,000. And now we're here, and it's just, I don't know, it's just so weird to me. Like, it feels good. It feels so good that we're here. But it is something so surreal being here. So, but I cannot overstate it enough. I will honestly say it to every breath of me. I mean, I'm genuinely very grateful to everybody who's been here with me. Everybody who's been here since the very beginning and just enjoyed this adventure with me and whatnot. Fucking black knife. Oh my god. I might actually need to make that thing a priority for a weapon, because that is pretty good. That is very, very good. I almost threw in broad daylight. That's a little scary that I would do such a thing. But no. Dragon, fuck you. Stinky dragon. Nobody asked. Yahoo. I don't, funny enough, think those dragons can actually breathe fire. So one thing to keep in mind, Star, is when you see dragons like that, I don't know, I'm necessarily confirming this for you, because it's a, it's more of a problem, I guess, in this case for randomizers, but I'm getting into that headspace of, like, every little bit of advice I can give. But yeah, enemies like that, you can just kind of do whatever you want to with them. Well, let's take our time here. We don't have to actually rush this too much. It's funny that I say that, and then immediately I just throw myself into a scenario where it got dangerous real fast. Hey, it's a fucking rat. We hate to see it. Alright, let's grab this item real quickly. That's not going to be anything important. fucking kill this thing real quickly. Does it die? Yeah, cool. Awesome. Legendary. The one thing I've kind of realized about the legendaries is that the legendaries are not nearly as worth it in grand scheme of things as one might consider normally. The main reason is because when it comes to legendaries, you have to really consider, like, what is a legendary other than, like, a massive stat requirement? Because, like, most weapons, and this is the fun part and sad part, I guess, about Elden Ring, most weapons in Elden Ring and any Soulsborne are very, very, very viable. Most of them are not going to put you through the ringer just to use them. So it really kind of becomes this battle of like, oh, that's actually not that important. Cool, put him in the grave, love to see it. Smithing 2, okay, cool. What are we doing on that, by the way? I still need the bell bearing, actually, to make that happen. So I think on the halberd, if we wanted to, the halberd we could actually almost at this point, start getting the halberd moving along. So the halberd we could, in theory, make it up to at least a plus 14, I think. But yeah, no, I don't know. It's crazy seeing all this happening, for what it's worth. And I'm not, even for a second, not excited about it. It feels so insanely crazy to me. Do I get to do this, actually? Does he just take this? No, he does not take any damage. Okay, cool. Okay. Unfortunate that I take that damage, but whatever. Run on up to big man. Unfortunate that I'd fucked that up. And put him in the grave. Awesome. The funny... Oh, hey, there we go. That is our third great rune. So that... we don't even have to actually continue. We can just go ahead and take what we just got and move along with our day. Nice. For right now, I think we're going to go and cap out at 50. 50 vigor seems a little ridiculous, but honestly, it's more than enough in the grand scheme of things. So, we're pretty happy about that one, actually. Balcony. There we go. Cool. I'm going to take a sip of my drink, folks. The next big thing for us here. The next big thing for us here is going to pretty much be just watch hours, which watch hours is kind of a different ballpark of what we need to have happen, pretty much. Watch hours is, honestly, as it sounds, it's literally just having people watching more, as a whole, pretty much. So that is probably going to be the next big thing that I kind of need to cover at some point or another here. But I think it'll be possible. Like, I do. I think it'll be reasonably easy enough at the end of the day, as long as I'm reasonable with it. That dog in the grave, love to see it. That is a pumpkin head, and it, like, scares me a little bit, but it's not that bad. Yeah, like I said, not that bad. In fact, most things at this point probably aren't going to scare me too much. It's going to... You know, it's funny, I say it, and I really fucking shouldn't say words when it comes to a matter like this, but it's going to take something that's pretty darn scary to outright kill me with the amount of HP that we have. Battle Mage Hughes. Okay, cool. Or it's going to take, like, some very bad status procking. Status procking would definitely be something that could put us in the grave, frankly, at the end of the day. Hey, Cragblade! You know, if I ever get a somber weapon that's worth the effort, that'll be kind of insane. That'll actually be really insane. In the right context, Cragblade will be so good. Unfortunately, though, it kind of comes down to us actually having the bell bearings for such a thing. So, we'll, hopefully get lucky enough that that'll happen. And I need to make sure that before I actually, you know, I'm probably getting a little cocky here, but before I actually get into New Game, I need to make sure that I buy a plentiful bounty of crap. I really do. Especially considering it's only 130 apiece. That is, like, you can, pretty much, folks, you can find crab anywhere from, like, as low as, like, 20 apiece to the highest possible point, which is, like, upwards to, like, 20k. And that's bad. That's really bad. I'm sure I don't really need to explain to you. Obviously, 20k crab, like, you might as well be just ripping yourself off, frankly. So, you know what? The enemies here aren't too bad. Let's go ahead and kill this meatball. The funniest thing that I think that could happen to me here would be if the Scarab just turned around and immediately slapped my cheeks into next week and knocked me off the bridge. I think that would be the funniest possible thing for this run. Now, granted, I would be crying in broad daylight, and I would be beyond unhappy. But it would still be funny. It would be funny, it just wouldn't be funny to me. Okay. So, folks, we have officially gotten our 3 Great Runes. We are officially on our way to the Mountaintop of the Giants, and technically speaking, with the randomizer settings in place as we have them right now, we should pretty much at this point be able to just beat the game. Like, the game is now officially, like, this is a good run. This is a run that we can just win. The only other thing that we'll probably be doing on this cycle is... Wow, it's actually kind of crazy to me. It's a little surreal now I'm thinking about it. The only thing we'll probably be doing here is looking for some extra items to pretty much make our New Game cycle a lot more bearable. Because one of the big things that I pretty much planned for New Game cycles is to, well, in this case, make sure that we're not reusing the same assets or same weapons. Shit, that's actually kind of crazy. We're officially kind of almost at the cusp of where we could beat the randomizer without a single death. And then we're on to our very first cycle. I won't lie to you, that actually kind of scares me a little bit. That's actually kind of a terrifying concept. Olive Tree's Secret Medallion. Okay, cool. Nice job, Star. Awesome. Okay, here's the thing. I know this is stupid, but our damage is good, and I think this is fine. This is fine. Big meaty chunk. Crit. Put him in the grave. Awesome. Yet again, proving the fact that the Serpent Hunter is just a godly, lovely weapon, and we love to see it every single day of the week. This thing carries hard. Now, here's the thing. Fire Giant is probably going to be at least a little bit terrifying. Fire Giant is a terrifying boss on a good day, but in this case, we have two bosses to go through for Fire Giant. We have to go through Fire Giant. We have to go through one boss and then another boss. Both of them are scaled to Fire Giant level bullshit. So that means they do more damage, and they're way, way more tanky than they ever should be. So, with any luck, we won't find a boss that can delete half a health bar's, or half a screen's health bar worth of fucking health. Because if we do, fuck. Like, I'm sure I don't need to express it any more than that. Like, fuck. But we've officially made it to the mountaintop of the giants. And that is pretty damn good. I forget if on my randomizer settings right now if I've set up anything in terms of if we need any other great runes to actually access the final boss of the game. It is possible. Still have second phase Malekith. Ah, shit, you're right. I do still have second phase Malekith. Oh, hey, look at that. There's those smithing stone 3s that I probably needed, like, ages ago. Okay. Alright, cool. Whatever, it's fine. I still really just need the bell bearings, honestly, at this point. The bell bearings would cover a lot in terms of requirements. Second phase Malekith. Here's a thing about second phase Malekith. Malekith as a whole doesn't really have a lot of health. So, as long as I don't throw in broad daylight against Malekith, we're fine. But, God, I'm trying to think, actually. Is there a reasonable chance that I die to Malekith? It depends on how Malekith shows up and what context the arena is in. Because if it's a bad arena, then yes, absolutely, 110%. With any luck, though, that won't happen. Okay, free S-Stock, nothing worth talking about, that's fine. Should probably stop reading chat while I'm, like, riding across this bridge for right now, honestly. That'd probably be smart. Just a little bit smart. I mean, I don't really need to be too smart about it. At least a little bit smart, though. Legendary Black Knife Tish! Which I'm sure you folks already know, but at this point, for my summons, I will allow myself one summon per run, in this case. Or rather, I'm going to allow myself one use of a particular summon. So, in this case, I'm not outright allowed to do more than that, but I'm allowed to use the summon one time every, like, for any run. But once that's used up, it's done. Malekith with Fire Giant health could be terrifying. A little bit terrifying. The big thing on that one, though, is Malekith. It would be kind of... At that point, it would be more so about making Malekith a goofball and poise breaking the shit out of him. Which... Serpent Hunter can kind of do that, yeah. Serpent Hunter would probably be pretty good for that. Alright. Not a free item, but a free item down this way. Let's go ahead and go collect that. I don't know what that was, but that makes me mildly suspicious that it was a black knife. And if it was a black knife, we need to run very fast. Okay, I think we're fine. I'll get this side of grace for right now, but it's probably not too important that we do this. There is one thing actually I'm going to go ahead and do real quickly. So there is one way to make it so you don't... There we go. Cool. One way to prevent soft, or not soft locks, but soft crashes, like you've seen me have in the past here, is you pretty much drop an item wherever you're standing, and it doesn't prevent the crash, it simply makes it so your new checkpoint is wherever you drop the item in this case. So with any luck, that will help us out here, but we'll have to honestly see. Okay. So this is a Lanciax field. Okay, that actually went a lot better than I thought it would. His big AoE... Oh, no, his big AoE would delete me. His big AoE would absolutely turn me to paste. I might be able to survive it right now, honestly. But it's more a question of would I actually survive it, or would it be a joke? I could see myself surviving it. It just depends on how scaled up the damage is off of it. Because the actual, like, percentage-based damage off of it could, in theory, put me so heavily in the grave that it does delete me into the dirt, but we'd have to see. That bird did a lot of damage just for kissing me one time. God, this is definitely the long haul, though. This is the long, slow run up to Fire Giant, just so that way we can move along our campaign as best as possible. So, folks, I don't know when necessarily, but I actually want to do this sometime soon-ish in this case. It's been a little bit since we actually did the gun mod. And I actually want to run it back at some point or another here. So from my understanding, and I actually finally, funny enough, did get confirmation back from the actual mod maker. It looks like they did actually release like a final patch in this case for the mod that should be able to work with current patch. I am probably going to go ahead and do it at some point or another here, just for fun. So, yeah. I think we're probably going to do that at some point or another here, just for fun. Did I run past a legendary item? You know what? I'll accept that. Was it... Because the thing is like, unless it's like on a golden tree or where you'd normally find a key item, it doesn't really matter if I run past those. Now the good news, I guess, in this case is that if it was anything important, we know kind of where it is. So, that's good. It's one behind the spike racks. It's okay then. It's probably okay that we missed out on it. Thank you, though, for pointing that out, Star. Appreciate it. Like this. And they're smithing 7. Okay. You know what? I might need to warp out of this fight, so let's go ahead and sit down real quickly and do one quick level up. Alright, there we go. Cool. Alrighty, folks. Away we go. Let's find out what our fire giant is. Alrighty. So... Okay. Loretta. Mildly scary, but not too scary. It's doable, though. I think, honestly, as long as I focus on just, like, simple pokes here, I think we're fine. Yeah, I think we're fine here. Alright, she goes for her buff. That's fine. And put her in the grave. Cool. Moog. Okay, is this actual Moog, or is this just bloody slash Moog? It might actually just be sewer Moog. I don't know. Nope, never mind. It is not sewer Moog. Okay. Mildly terrifying. Crab. Big meaty stabs. Wonderful. Crit. Run around behind him. Go ahead and breathe all the dragon breaths. Roll the attacks because we don't trust them. And we put Moog in the grave like it was butter! Actually, quick recommendation here, folks, now that I'm actually talking about it. Never, ever throw butter in the grave. That is a terrible, terrible waste of butter. Don't actually do that. I would personally recommend you usually use butter to saute a pan, or to, well, honestly, frankly, if you're feeling kind of filthy with it, you use that shit for a good seared steak. You cut up some butter and put it into a pan before you actually sear the steak. Can I just say, I love how I went from throwing butter in a grave to searing, pan searing a steak. Anyways, we didn't throw in broad daylight, so good news. Good news, folks. Good news, everyone. Oh my god. Okay. Yeah, Moog is yet again another boss that could have put us in the grave, but luckily we're just better. We're just better. Our weapon is better, we're better. Ooh, I got a little scared there, because the game wasn't letting me just hop off the horse like normal. Ugh, God, that got scary for 2 seconds. I would have been so fucking bitter if the run just ended to, oh, and look at that, Fire Karate just threw himself into a pit. El Bozo. Honestly, at this point, more strength, fuck it. But yeah, that actually went pretty darn well. That went about as well as I could have hoped for. So yay. Nice.
I have long observed the lands between this world and death. Are you to commit? Very let my hand.
I'm glad my butter talk made you laugh. What can I say? I can't help it. Like, good cooking, good cooking makes me all the happier. It really, really does. Malekith scares you? For good reason. Malekith is a terrifying boss fight. And it's not even because Malekith is, like, outright a hard boss fight. It's just because fucking up on Malekith, he pretty much takes my health bar and turns it into absolute mincemeat. And that is what's terrifying about Malekith. That's actually, yeah, that, like, I don't really need to express it further than that. Malekith just is terrifying for that only, like, that reason, so. You know what I'd like to find on this randomizer run before we make it all the way through the area? Is I would personally love to... pretty much at this point, I would love to find... I haven't found any real great swords so far. And I'd like to find one before this run ends, hopefully. Okay, cool. A little bit of cash. A little bit of cash. Cool. So, the next area gets scary for a multitude of reasons. And I would say the main thing that makes the next area very scary is going to be the possibility of running into enemies that could outright just knock my ass off a ledge. And yeah, that's it. GG's. Caked. Fucking turned to mincemeat. I don't enjoy that concept at all, frankly. But it is absolutely a possibility. That dog better stop. At least a little bit. Fuck that guy in particular. Hop across here. Cool. Awesome. Hey, speak of the devil, a fucking enemy that could knock my ass into infinity, and I wouldn't be able to talk about it. A fucking golem. I guess the good news is that it's kind of in a bad position, so it can't probably do it to me, but it could still maybe do it to me. Alright, there we go. Site of Grace. Let's go ahead and hop on down this way. There's a lobster up there, and I'm not fucking around with that. Late game lobster? I don't think so. Okay. Why did that guy just kind of come ready? Like, he really did just actually come ready there, right? Like, I'm not insane. Like, he literally just pivoted immediately and was like, I could smell your sweat. He literally just pivoted on the spot and just said, breathing? No. Stop that. Stop breathing. That's goofy. Fucking dumbass. It's the, it's that firm difference of, like, what I have gotten comfortable with at this point, for sure, Star. That is honestly the big thing here. Because I have gotten very comfortable with a lot in this game. Placidusax, hey, big guy, who asked? Wow, he is meaty. You gotta be kidding me. Right into fucking lightning bolts? Come on, cocksucker. Alright, could you maybe do something that doesn't suck? Alright, well, you know, it does still suck. Whatever. Big meaty poke. Ideally here, we just need to stagger Mount or Placidusax before it becomes a problem. Before it becomes a problem. Before it becomes a problem. Wow, he is a meaty boy, isn't he? I'm gonna take this crit. Alright, there we go. Any chance I can get a frost proc off before it becomes a problem? Yes, baby! We love to see it. Eat that crab. Awesome. Cool. Alright, cool. Humorously enough, this is actually kind of working out semi-decently. Except for the part where he likes to run away. That part, not so awesome. Plessy! Big guy! Where you go? Oh, you son of a bitch. What is he doing? Humorously enough, just poking him is honestly better here. What is he doing? You know what? Honestly, don't even argue with it. Just go ahead and hit his ass with all the frost proc. Please stagger, good sir. You fucking cunt. God, I fucking hate this guy. I hate him so much. I could have sworn I could have just, like, sidestepped that, but sure, whatever. Ugh. Alright, fuck your tail. Okay, Placidusax put in the grave. We love to see it. Eat a chicken foot on his grave. Awesome. Okay, cool. Nice. Was it stressful? You tell me, Chad. It was at least a little bit stressful, honestly. Like, I would say that boss fight... That is a hard boss fight, not because it's, like, outright hard, but because there's so many possibilities for him to just ruin everything that you're doing, honestly. That is, like, the big thing about Placidusax on this playthrough, is that he could just ruin anything that I'm doing, and I really wouldn't have much of a choice in it, honestly. Let's go ahead and go get ourselves some more chicken, though. Or, crab meat. Corin's Bell. There should also be whatever... What's her face would drop? She apparently drops meat dumplings this time around. Cool. Okay, cool. Oh yeah. Also, bell bearings. We just got ourselves access to more smithing stones, so if humorously enough right now, we're just kind of really good on somber stones. Like, that's not actually an issue for us whatsoever. The whetstone knife is expensive as fuck. I don't even know if that's worth it, considering it's just cheaper to take it to whatchamacallit. Buy one of those out, I suppose. Sure, why not? Alright, there we go. We have a fair amount of cash. Let's go ahead and spend some cash. Why not? Like, maybe not as much cash as the early play game, but I think we're fine right now. Okay, there we go. Cool. Alright, Corin's Bell offered us pretty much jack fucking dick at this point. Everything is fine. Cool. Awesome. Gostox. Gostox pretty much just gave us the Axe of Godfrey, which... Axe of Godfrey is cool and everything, but it's not... I'm not really, like, stoked over that one. It's like a... It's a nice weapon. It's nothing crazy worth talking about. Infinite kukri. Okay, awesome. Which of our shops actually gave us the infinite crab, though? That is kind of the important part of this equation. There we go. Okay. 51 crab, chat. 51 crab. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Also, cheap enough pot. Sure, why not? We'll take cheap pot and crab. Fuck it. I will take that talisman right now. Why not? I think we're pretty much good as far as it stands right now. I don't really think there's a whole lot for us to buy at this point. So yeah, let's continue our adventure. Back to the altar. That's fair. Honestly, Stark, you're probably not missing out on a whole lot when it comes to crab. Crab, I don't think is, like... It's not bad or anything, it's just... It's nothing to write home about, frankly, as far as it stands. Like, it's good, but... You'd just as easily get away with, like, 13 other options of meat, frankly. Lobster is tasty, but lobster is kind of one of those things that, like, you don't need to worry about it too deeply. Okay, I do not like this setup right here. Oh my god, I really don't like that setup. We're just gonna go and leave. Bye. Bye, losers! It's funny how quickly things just completely get turned on their head just by the most... Like, it takes literally zero effort for things to get completely turned on their heads whenever it comes to playthroughs like this, honestly. Really? This dog just really wants to fuck that badly? Blade of Calling, Newman's Rune. Okay, cool. Fuck it. Gravity Stone, Bell Bearing. Yeah, mediocre out of 10. Okay, cool. Alright, we're gonna ignore that guy because fuck that. Frankly, I don't really care whatever's over there. The one thing that I don't know, it's ingrained in my brain at this point. I don't fuck around with that. I really, really don't. I don't care what is over there reasonably. Ooh. One terrifying enemy over in that room. But I think we're okay here. See, this is the reason why we're okay here. Birds can't fuck around nearly as hard over here. Okay, cool. Only a lobster ball protecting the area. That's fine. We're fine here. This is fine. Unless this lightning did, like, ungodly levels of damage for no other reason than because it was funny. Alright, there we go. Fuck the lobster ball up. Big meaty crash. Big meaty hits. Awesome. Do it again. Put him in the grave. Free item. Damn, we fucked that lobster up so much, that dog just said, you know what, honestly, fair enough. Never mind. I forgot my reading glasses. My bad. I was just looking for my contacts. That dog actually just said no. You know what? I think breathing is kind of fun. Honestly, Star, I would say one of my favorites personally is always I am actually a pretty darn avid consumer of sushi in this case. Primarily if it's like tuna, salmon, those are the basics. I mean, honestly, they just fuck. God, they fuck. God, they fuck. They really are so good. But yeah, no, I'm a big component of salmon and tuna as a whole. Salmon more than tuna, actually. Depends on kind of person you are, I suppose, but salmon is less fatty as far as I can tell you. Tuna is more fatty. But either way, really good times. Ooh, you know what? Actually, I really like octopus for sushi too, now that I think about it. Ooh, I'm actually really excited about it because one of the local events is coming up here soon, and there's this place called Dave's Balls, Carl's Balls, and I cannot talk enough about Carl's Balls because Carl's Balls is God, it's so good. It's so good. Fair enough, little man. What if you got poked? And what if I then immediately walked behind you and put you in the grave? Goofball. Cerulean tear. Okay, cool. Check that. Eat crab. We're on our way. Who's that? Is that Gideon, son of a biscuit? The good news here is that Gideon, we can at least dragon ice his ass, but it's not going to be worth it to that extent. It'll do something, it's just not going to do enough. Look at this asshole walking up slowly. That's fine. It's not actually that fine, but we'll live the results of it. As I could say again and again and again, crouch canceling just makes bosses like this a joke. Crab and chug. Shit. Hey, funny enough, it's Renala, a different caster. Alright, dogs. Keep that stagger meter up. It's actually kind of weird that the knight is lasting as long as he is, but he sure is. He's choosing to stick around much longer than he should ever do. Excuse me, chili cheese bacon powder? Okay, moon. Why is that moon taking for fuck's sake ever? Okay, cool. Put him in the grave. Awesome. Well, we got one of our smithing stone bells. Alrighty. Alright, so that is 2 more bosses that we don't have to face any longer at this point, which is really, really, really nice, actually. I think I'm going to go ahead and go for more strength investment for the time being. It is arguably really darn good. And if I'm not mistaken, I believe the quality of life change they made for New Game Plus players, I believe you have your bell bearings from the start. I don't know if you have the ones that you haven't collected, but I believe you get most of them. So, actually, yeah, that's a good point. Duo was indeed the first boss. We already encountered Duo. Duo was Godric. So we kind of got away with that one. Kind of. Yeah. What is our boss of the day up here? I'm trying to think of what bosses we haven't faced yet. Okay, so it's one that appears. So this could be Sewer Moog. Because in this case, this arena, the boss will appear.
To become Elden Lord. What a sad state of affairs.
The boss should appear.
But alas, none shall take the throne.
Okay.
Queen Marika has high hopes for
Please hurry the fuck up. My buffs are wearing off.
Unto eternity.
Oh, Renala. Okay, sure, fuck it. I mean, we'll take the school field trip. School field trip is easy. School field trip is very easy. Alright, big, meaty dragon breath. Alright, there we go. Awesome. She gets frost procced. And we honestly kind of get away with it. This should be a very easy boss fight. Nevertheless, I would rather not trust a boss fully, because while this is an easy boss fight, Renala is, weirdly enough, very tanky. But luckily, so are we, so it doesn't even matter that deeply. Okay, cool, awesome, she comes back down, and we're gonna go ahead and bully the shit out of her again. Awesome, easy, cake. Put that single mother down. You can just hear the sounds of all of her children just fucking dying after she's done dying. It's
not
really awful, but
kill a god.
it sure is happening. Okay. Nice. Nice, though. So one thing I'm not sure about yet is I'm not sure if on future playthroughs or, like, future installments of this character, if we are going to lessen our vigor count. Because honestly, I personally do not want to do that. I would really prefer not to do that if I can help it. But it doesn't necessarily all fall down to me. However, I might actually make that a point, because frankly, I would rather have a lot more vigor at the end of the day, considering how badly things can get. Alright. Alright, boss that can appear. Cool. That is awful. Really, honestly, pretty fucking awful. Not a good arena to fight this guy in. With any luck, he won't do bullshit. But also at the same time, I know this guy well enough to know he will do bullshit. Big meaty stags. Big meaty stags. That is the thing that I was scared about. That is the thing that I was scared about. The hard part is when Fire Giant chooses to do that, there's less than a reasonable option to deal with it. There is less than a reasonable option to deal with it. So everyone, say goodbye to Thadwick. And let's go ahead and re-roll this randomizer. That one kind of stung. That one kind of really stung. The funny part is about that is, even if we'd gotten past that part, we would still had to actually deal with second phase. The hard part is that Fire Giant that late into the game is especially rough. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you, Chad. I feel like I deserve a shot after that one. All right. Anyways, so chat, this is the fun part for you and everything. This is where you get to decide a name for our character of the day. So if there's a particular name on your mind that hasn't already been picked, it's not bad. Let me know in chat. Barabushka. Barabushkara. We could definitely consider it. It's not a bad one. Pretty darn good name. So, here's the thing. This strikes me as the reasonable class. This, however, strikes me as the goofy goober fun-ass class. However, neither of these are very light weapons, and both of them are difficult to actually start getting off the ground. You know what? No. Fuck it. We're going Unga Bunga. Unga Bunga. Unga Bunga strats. Barabushkada. Bara. Bush. Kada. That's a hell of a name on that one, actually. Now I'm thinking about it. But we're gonna go ahead and go with it. This feels like a Barabushkada. Alrighty, folks. I'm hurting. I'm hurting after that one. I'm gonna be honest with you, folks. That hurt my being. Oh gosh. Yeah, that one was a little rough. A little rough, to say the least. Alright, so we're starting, honestly, with two very, very good weapons, as far as I'm concerned. Alright, what's it gonna be? That's fine. God fucking... That was it! That was literally it! We just had to get through Fire Giant into whatever the fucking follow-up would have been. I don't know. Hopefully this run comes with some level of decency on what we find. Alright, let's see. Solitary is the first boss. Okay, cool. You know what, honestly, folks, I'm just gonna go ahead and I'm just gonna play some DKC music, I think, at this point. Oh, we're just gonna have the DKC music going in the background here. There. We're just gonna go ahead and do this for right now, because I don't really fucking care. Until this character gets established, I don't care.
Then I can also select your lot then wine. I am Kyle. Goodbye.
Okay. Alright, Health and Steeple, Smithing 2. We might hard invest into the Helfin, honestly. If we don't find anything other than the Helfins, we might hard invest in Helfins. Helfins is pretty darn good. It's maybe not the best thing ever, because frankly the stat requirements are pretty darn meaty for what it's worth. But like it is good. So that's just a noble. We're fine. There we go. I like how, of course, naturally there'd be one of these fuckers over here. Please let me sit down this side of grace. Thank you, cunt.
Hey sir, but you, I can play turning root to 80 who need to the foot. Then it summoned me. Ah, I bequeath.
Okay.
Treat him with.
There we go.
Let my share them with me.
Alright, so we need intelligence, dex, and strength.
Principles you would follow.
Primarily for Helfins, we need int in this case. 22 int. I think we're already cleared on the strength requirements, so I think we're okay there. But the good news, I suppose, is that as a whole, right now, we should be fine on most things. I'm actually kind of surprised that this isn't just an insta-kill. It also really wasn't fucking worth it in the first place. Oh, star. Okay. In this case, I'm not sure either fully. It's still a little bit new to me in this case. Of course, there's a fucking
What you go and do that for?
pig.
You will just thank you. I was putting my end into it. Lonely, and so this is what I hope.
Okay, there we go. Thank you, Star, though. I really appreciate it. And I'm not sure entirely in this case, but I'm still learning, obviously. But yeah, as soon as I can kind of figure it out, it should technically be working. You know, what's up, No Triplex Gaming? How you doing today, bud? Yeah, no, definitely, man. I can't honestly say I fully remember you in this case, but either way, man, welcome back. We're just enjoying ourselves a little bit of randomizer, you know, in the most painful way possible. Najay, of course, yes. No, honestly, in this case, your new name does not remind me of your old name at all. Lobster ball. Okay. Oh my god! Lobster ball and also double... Ah, this game hates me. This game hates me. Yeah, I'd say it's so. It's been a while. Ah, you've been a bro for so long. You've been around, definitely. But your new name does not remind me at all of your new name, bud. Go, loot it up. Let's go down to the next graveyard. I didn't forget about you, Najay. It's just you have a new name, goofball. If you didn't have a new name, I'd probably remember you easier. Fun fact. However, funny enough, the way you're talking right now, I definitely remember you, actually, because, like, this is exactly how you talked before. So, yeah. Yeah, this is about right, yeah, actually. Okay, cool. That's not an archer. We'd love to see it. Yeah, I was supposed to grab that item. Son of a bitch. Cane sword. I can use that. Quite a quote. Alright, arsenal charm. Not bad. Not a bad get. We'd love to see it. Okay. Oh! Actually, the mace is kind of based. Mace is indeed kind of based. A little bit better on the armor quality? Sure, fuck it, why not? What, my favorite anime? Right now, I think my favorite anime still is probably... Heck, you know, I probably have to give it to Jujutsu more than likely. I think Jujutsu is honestly just kind of like a really, really wonderful time. I think the latest season of One Piece is a absolute wonderful masterpiece for what it's worth, because I don't know what they're doing with the animation style, but I want to see so much more of it, because it's like the best bowl of ice cream you've ever had. Frankly. And I definitely stand by that. Pick that up, sure, why not? Jujutsu Kaisen is incredibly based. It's a wonderful pick. It is such a good time. Yours is Demon Slayer. I don't know why, but I do not care at all about Demon Slayer. I just do not. Demon Slayer just kind of exists, and I do not care. Demon Slayer feels like a fat mid out of 10 for me. Same thing, honestly, kind of with My Hero at this point, which makes me sad saying that, because, like, My Hero... Oh, well, never mind. I guess we have our fucking weapon for the run. Damn, now I kind of regret leveling up intelligence at all. But My Hero... It just hasn't been good, like, it hasn't been good for a while. Hey, it's a bubble blowing bubble baby. Get fucking trashed. Both. Honestly, frankly, both. Star, I would absolutely say both at this point. The manga... Like, funny enough, I kind of predicted this a while ago, but the manga right now is pretty much... And I'm gonna go ahead and say, spoiler alert here, if you don't want to know what's going on with My Hero, I'm gonna give you a 10-second warning here. So keep that in mind. But, I don't know, My Hero just hasn't been, it hasn't been what it should have been for a while. It really, really hasn't. The big thing about My Hero right now that makes me not happy with it is, My Hero right now, there's one big issue with it at the moment, and that's honestly just the main character. The MC has been kind of miserable for a little bit. Getting anything behind Midoriya has been rough, to say the least. I used to love Midoriya, frankly, but now it's just, I don't know, it just feels like anything he does is just, like, why am I watching? But the long short of what's happening right now in the manga, which I predicted this a while ago, funny enough, is that pretty much because Midoriya is doing what he does best and being... Like, he does what Naruto does, but in the worst fucking way possible, to where he eventually just starts going, you know, like, for Naruto, he eventually starts going, like, you know, I really wanted to be able to talk you out of doing this crazy asinine level bullshit, but you're just honestly too damn dangerous for your own good, so I'm just gonna have to probably kill you on this one, which doesn't make me happy. Like, fair enough. Like, that's based. But now at this point, Midoriya is to the point to where he's just like, what's that? Shigaraki's killed, like, thousands, if not tens of thousands of people? No, trust me, he's still a good little boy inside. You gotta trust me on this one. And it's just like, God, who cares? Like, come on, bozo. Fuck, like, deal with it. Kill Shigaraki. He's not a good person. He might have possibly been good at one point or another, but he's not a good soul. Like, he has caused way more pain and suffering than the goodness of his soul could ever have possibly brought around. And I think that is the big thing that I'm kind of, like, annoyed as shit with right now when it comes to Midoriya as a character. Because he's just, like, his existence feels so just... God, I despise him. I despise him, actually. I genuinely, like, do not enjoy who he is at this point. He used to be a very well-written character as far as I'm concerned. I thought his vigilante arc was honestly pretty darn good. But lately, man, it's hard to get behind him. It really is. But no, the long and short of it is the whole prediction that I was talking about before is that I predicted initially that Midoriya was eventually going to have to give up All for One. And funny enough, yeah, I indeed, I wasn't wrong about it, actually, because right now, in the manga as it stands, Midoriya is using the All for One forms, like the souls of All for One, to pretty much fight Shigaraki. The big thing that he's doing right now is he's using everybody else in All for One to fight Shigaraki. He's turning them into like super magic cosmic missiles. And I like the concept of it, because I like this concept of one for all and all for one having to be defeated by each other in a very like, hey, the only way to defeat it is by putting it back together again. But
Well, that's all. Despite a might of young tarnish, I want you tonight. Fine word, I doubt the doubt. Go on.
okay, alright, you know what? I might let him live today. I might let him live today, chat. We'll see. We'll see. Depends on what the items over here are. Really what I need right now are Somber 1. But he's such an absolute good boy little camper that it's so annoying. It's really annoying. And I would love to say better things about him, but it's just so hard to do that, frankly, at this point. Because nothing he does makes me smile. Midoriya is just... It would have been more meaningful to see Midoriya start hitting a point to where Shigaraki was to some extent. Because, like, Midoriya was going through his vigilante arc, and I thought that was so fun. Like, it was so cool! It was so... Like, it was so awesome seeing Midoriya being in this state of, I can't be this good little noodle anymore. Like, being a good little noodle does not fix people's problems, does not save anyone from what's happening with Shigaraki. But instead, what they did was they had him get fucking friend-arced by everybody, which, you know what? I think I would have been fine with that. I would have been completely fine with him getting saved by all of his little buddies and friends and whatnot, and even having that Bakugo moment of getting, like, saved by Bakugo. But it turned into, instead, Midoriya just being like, oh, I'll just be a good little boy now again, because everybody said that they really, really liked me. That's like... No. Trauma should stick with you. Trauma isn't something that you just get over, you know? I think that's my issue right now with it. Is it takes trauma and it's so undermining for what trauma is as a whole. Megami? I'm sorry, Star. Actually, wait, Megami is an anti-hero towards the end of the story right now? Megami has been, like, for like the last... What are we at now? Like, last 15 chapters, 20 chapters? Megami has technically been under control of, Sukuna. Like, Sukuna hasn't been directly controlling him, but that's essentially been where the plot's been sitting at right now, is that Megami has been under Sukuna's thumb. Which is... Frankly, I don't really care for it all that much. I don't actually care for that plot line at all. Like, it's just... Why? Sukuna vs. Gojo is best fight. I'd have to agree, except for the part where fucking Gojo died. You know, honestly, I think it would have been way more based to see the absolute bests of generations apart from each other kill each other, because that's just where that lays as a plot. and then to see like these masterminds in the background, because like, what actually even happened with I don't know his name, but the brain dude, the whole son of a bitch who pretty much was like, hey, I'm gonna definitely do all this master planning just to, like, he's the one that's controlling the old best friend of Gojo. Like why even make that a plot line, frankly? Because it turned into a nothing burger in a half. Alright, more cash, cool. Honestly, we'll take it. More cash is nice. Alright, so here's the thing. I can wield the axe right now, so I'm going to go ahead and take that as my point, and we're just going to go ahead and focus on leveling our health, I think, at this point. Kenjaku, thank you, Mamba. Like, Kenjaku just kind of... He was there. That's it. Like, the lad was literally just there, and then he was not. Such is the life of Kenjaku, apparently. Fucking El Bozo, stupid bastard. Like, he was neat. I personally actually kind of thought he could be more, because he didn't necessarily, like, outwit Gojo, but he did, technically speaking, outwit Gojo for what it's worth. Like, that is not something to underlook. But at the same time, now he got fucking El Bozo'd by, like, one of the goofiest characters in all of Jujutsu, which I didn't mind that too much, for what it's worth. But he's not even, like, technically dead? I don't know. Fair point on the stream already. Fair enough. Alright, well, we're probably gonna go ahead and do, like, our baseline of, like, running around and whatnot, in this case. Star, thank you for pointing that out, actually. Appreciate it.
The collapse of the Golden Order. Yeah, takes me any intro line. Now's the time.
He's got the finger. You know what, I can't pass up on the finger. The finger is pretty based. The finger is our absolutely superbly based weapon, so yeah.
Well,
I'm not even worried about the single smithing tool that he's holding on to, so. But no, I don't know. I just personally feel very disappointed where that all went. You know, I don't think I really need to state it in chat, but, you know, I will say it. I don't really care. Either way. Furry or not furry, I don't really give two shits. Because frankly, at the end of the day, as long as, you know, the big thing, and this is always something that I've just kind of been brought up on, as long as you're not going around, like, you know, causing people massive amounts of pain and or suffering or some stupid shit, I don't really give a shit. I could not care less. As long as you're just being a good person at the end of the day, what does it matter to me? Like, genuinely, what does it matter to me?
Hello? Can you hear me? Help me.
oh, I am please. I just give, and I'll pop.
Don't dally. Give it your all.
Alright, there we go. Alexander freed. Awesome.
Well, once again, I am beyond upon this.
Alright, didn't actually mean to keep talking to you. Please stop talking. Thank you.
Wait. I see.
Look at that flat damage, by the way, though.
Was my whole existence just a crop?
I'm sorry, Mamba. Tell you what, Mamba, I promise you next playthrough, we won't outright kill Alexander, okay? I promise you we won't murder him on the spot. We'll let him breathe for a little bit. Sound good? Sound fair?
Come on. Do you hear us?
Oh, what we got here? Honestly, a fucking mediocre story. Alright, cool. Alright. Any more cash? Yes, I do. Cool. Look, I'm sorry that I have to kill Alexander as much as I do. I really am. I promise you I don't want to, necessarily. It just... Somebody at FromSoft thought it would be funny to give Alexander one of the best talismans in the game and make him quite murderable. Alright, any chance we could get some decent runes here? Not necessarily. Stone sword key, nothing too valuable, fair enough. Okay, so I'm trying to think of what we can do here to improve our livelihood. We could head into Caelid, I suppose. DKC is incredibly based. We love DKC in this household. As we should, though. DKC is the best. Yeah, that's a really good point, actually, Star. Yeah, we are officially reaching that point in the manga, and across the board, frankly, where we're really starting to see a lot of interaction that one would not expect. It is significant, to say the least. It is absolutely significant. Go ahead and pop this. Awesome. Cool. I forget if this guy drops it. No. Cool. Alright. Alright, let's start heading towards Weeping. See what we can get out of Weeping. Also, there is a boss on the way here. Animation in general, for One Piece, is an absolute banger at this point. Yeah. Damn, it's kind of crazy that we've already hit the 2-hour mark in this. Stream has been going pretty darn well for, you know, the most part. Adon. Okay, Adon is fine. Yeah, Adon is fine. He's not going to give us much, but with any luck, a decent item. That's like the exact opposite of a decent item. Son of a bitch. Fair enough. Alright, I suppose we'll go ahead and do the other side real quickly. I will definitely do that in this Ghost Star. I'm actually gonna probably do that sooner than later if I can help it. Though I will say, I am probably gonna go ahead and actually do that soon, just so that way I can make sure. Alright, please don't notice me, Mr. Pratt. I literally just asked you very politely not to notice me. Fucking birds too, come on. Please stop kissing me. I never asked. Consent. Elden Ring armor. Awesome. We're going to take a minute here, actually, just to go ahead and probably go take a look at the coffee messages, because I would prefer to get that done sooner than later. And frankly, I want to make sure that those are read out. So. Omen Greaves, Ancient Dragon, Smithing. Okay, cool. Not bad. Halfway decent armor qualities. Poopy Pants. Love to see it. Alright, chat. I'm going to go ahead and put this on a brief second here while I go ahead and we're going to go and do that real quickly. Okay? Alright, cool. Cool. I'm a little annoyed that it actually didn't outright, like, read it on chat or whatnot. I could have sworn that it was set up decently, but I wanted it to be. I want it to be functioning. So I definitely want to kind of get an eye on what I need to get done with that. Okay, maybe that'll fix it. We'll see. Star? Excuse me? Alright, folks. Well, let's just go ahead and put this... We're just gonna go ahead and put our Star on the fucking spotlight here. Okay, so Star decided to drop a 25 on me, and says, sending all the love. And Star, thank you. I really appreciate it. I really do, actually. Thank you so much for the donation. Thank you so much for being here as much as you are, and it really does mean a ton and a half to me. So thank you. It means a lot. And I'm sorry right now that the notifications aren't coming through the way that I thought they would be. I promise you I am definitely working on that on a daily basis for what it's worth. Anytime I'm streaming to kind of get everything up and properly running, but there's not a lot of steps. There's a lot of things that end up popping up afterwards. So no, trust me, Start, you just got spotlighted. So unfortunately for you, yeah, you definitely just got spotlighted. You just ended up right in front of everybody. Nice. As it should be. Karian Knight's sword. I don't know if that's that good, but I think it's not bad, actually. Rot Grease Pile. Okay, cool. That actually would be really nice if we do decide to go kill Grail, which we may very well do. Okay, buy this, buy this. Ice-Ringed Hatchet, not a bad thing to get. You know what, let's go ahead and get this real quickly, because this is pretty important to get. That's a lot of decent enough gear right here. Golden Arrow Pile, too, for Infinite. Okay, cool. Yeah, honestly, Star, incredibly based. We'd love to see it. Thank you, Star. I appreciate it a lot. Like, I really, really do. While we have it on our mind, why don't we go ahead and go kill Grail? I think after we're done with Grail, we're probably going to go ahead and call it a night, though, folks. Okay? We have a lot and a half to get done, as we usually do, these runs. So, yeah. Okay. Alright, standard normal boss there, that's fine. It's not really a problematic boss, it's just hard because it's a hard boss. Or rather, hard because it's a late game boss. I'm not gonna lie to you, chat, I really, really wish we still had Thadwig Bossman. I really wish Thadwig Bossman was still here with us. But c'est la vie. Sometimes these playthroughs are obviously brutal. So, do I have a better talisman than this? No. Okay. Alright, wait for the dragon to proc. Cool. Awesome. The big thing to remember on these runs right here is you always want to make sure on this bridge right here that the dragon does not start off with an attack. You want it to be either that slow shit that it did right there, or something that is relatively manageable. So, go rune. Fingerprint Greaves. Cool. Alrighty, Rooski. Some new pants. Sure, why not? So, chat. While I have it playing, actually, would you want me at some point or another here to actually, like, run through Donkey Kong Country? Because I could totally do that. I'd be super fucking happy, actually, to run through Donkey Kong Country. Or really, Donkey Kong Country 1 and 2, I would be so happy for both of them. Both of those games are just such absolute good times, frankly. And I would be so happy to do both, if not all of them. So... do I have a bleed weapon? No, I do not. Unfortunate, but whatever. It's fine. I can use this probably, and we can probably make this work. It is going to take some time, but we'll see. Alright, there's our rot proc. Love to see it. I could probably murder these. Yeah. I could probably murder these. This is fine. Yo, what's up, Farquhar? How you doing tonight, man? Also, this is the no death, and we just had a very, we had a rough night, man. We had a rough night. We had a rough night. I'm pretty sure these little guys could probably just one-shot me if they really wanted to. Yeah, so we, in this case, this playthrough right now, we are just doing our bare minimum. We just had a character die, which if you rewind about, like, maybe 30 minutes, roughly, we had our latest, most, like, greatest playthrough completely end to the worst thing humanly possible. We ran into Fire Giant, chilling it at Godfrey, and, man, we really lost some stupid shit. I'm not gonna even hold you to it. Like, we genuinely, Fire Giant did what Fire Giant does best in second phase, and completely ruined our day, and it was so fucking disappointing, man. I could not even tell you. It was really bad. So now we're kind of resetting right now, and with any luck, this will all go a lot better. But it's, you know, obviously up in the air until we actually make it that far. Put this old man in the grave. Awesome. What's funny is I feel like if it pushed me there, he might have actually killed me outright. No chicken foots, that's fine. We just came here for the big pile of runes. Still haven't beaten Fire Giant after 70 hours. Dude, that's not a fair joke right now, honestly. I'm in pain, man. Don't get me wrong, it was only a 5-hour character, roughly, but I was in pain. It was pretty brutal. Fire Giant just pretty much turned on that fire sprinkler bullshit, and that was it. That was just the playthrough. That was the entire playthrough, just put down in the grave like that. Luckily, though, this playthrough has actually been pretty darn forgiving. The new playthrough that we're on has already afforded us some pretty darn decent weaponry. So luckily, I can pretty much just do this right now if I really wanted to. It doesn't matter. Like, we already have probably one of the best weapons in the game at this point. And we're already good to go. Like, this thing alone is going to hard carry. So, do I stream every day? Not every day, but I certainly try. What do we got here? Kind of some mediocre bullshit. Yeah, no, in this case, pretty mediocre. That's fine. I stream a lot, though. No, I definitely stream a lot, as far as it stands. Somber one? No somber ones. Okay, fair enough. Sleeping pots, though, pretty big. Software grease and everything, that's pretty big. XX decay, not bad, but not really a banger right now. The music is finna. Dude, the music is the best. We love our DKC music here. We're all about the DKC music. Granted, I don't really do this all the time. I'm just kind of playing it a lot more right now. Just because we just got done, like, losing a massive run. So, yeah. That's the only reason why, honestly. Actually, this is kind of massive. That's right here. Alright, there we go. I don't believe... No, I do not. Okay, alright. So I'd have to go to Caelid, pretty much, to go find that. Which is fine. I could do that. So we need to go get ourselves Somber 1. And then this weapon pretty much just becomes infinitely overpowered. And we love to see it. We're gonna probably make it past our Margit today. And then we're gonna go ahead and probably call it a night. More than likely. Okay, little bit of cash, nothing too crazy. That's fine. Nefeli Lu. Oh! Well, funny enough, I wasn't really planning on talking about it too much, but Nefeli Lu being here is... okay. Yeah, usually that's the time frame that I typically stream, most cases. Damn. Okay, not easy church pick, that's fine. Fucking birds. We hate to see them. But luckily, our Ash of War is just kind of infinitely better. So, it's fine. Let's go check... I guess let's go check Celia. Celia would probably be our next location that we'd actually find the bell bearing. So with any luck, we'll find it down there. Alright, you know what? Fuck it. We're feeling frisky today, chat. Okay, there's the first jump. There's the second jump. Cool. Got away with it. It's funny that I got away with it and then immediately failed the actual, like, other side of that jump. Please! Torrent! Thank you! God! Also, one of the best boss themes ever, as far as I'm concerned. I'm gonna go ahead and get all the gates here just because I'm already in the area for it. I really do not want to come back and do these, like, literally ever. Legendary. Go, cool. Alright, bell bearing, please. That's not a fucking bell bearing. By the way, folks, while I have you here with me, while we're at the approaching cusp of the end of the stream, what a vibe of a song. Oh no, the vibe of this song is genuinely the best ever. It's such a good time. It really, really is. But while I have you here, there is a mod out for Elden Ring where essentially they, I don't know if you folks are familiar with Only Up, but there is a mod out for Elden Ring right now where it pretty much takes Only Up and puts it into Elden Ring in this case, and it looks pretty fucking miserable, and I could see myself at some point or another here doing that for fun, as well as revisiting the shotgun mod at some point or another here at least. So if you're interested in either of those, definitely be sure to let me know, because I mean, hey, I certainly appreciate suggestions, and both of them are really fun. Cash money. Dragonheart, cool, awesome, great. Go get the central island. No, definitely. I mean, like, I probably plan to make myself suffer more or less. As much fun as I love to have, you know. I should probably take one level of Dex so I can actually use the other axe. But I'm probably not going to worry about anything else at this point other than Vigor until I can actually start, like, wielding some, like, good and proper weapons. Alright, Tree Boss. I could arguably handle Tree Boss, but I'd rather not test the odds. I'd really rather not test the odds until I have a semi-leveled weapon. Dragonstone, cool. Alright. Funny enough, I think this run is pretty darn settled, like, immediately right now. Like, we have ourselves two very... okay, sure, you know, I'll take a third axe, why not? We have ourselves three decently strong axes at the moment. Frankly, two very, very overpowered axes. And then the third one is like a mediocre out of 10. But it has status condition, so we take it for what it's worth. But, not a bad started. Not a bad startup. I like how the bat ran away before I could actually do my thing. Cool, thank you, bye. Let's sit down at the site of grace before it becomes a problem for us. Awesome. Oh, no worries, Mamba. Yeah, you definitely, like, there is no obligation to speaking, my friend. What do we got here? Wing Tier, Redmane Firepot, Infinite Bone Source, funny enough, which actually is really nice. It is one of the things we were struggling on last time, so cool, awesome. We'll take that, Infinite Bones. Why not? Okay. Alright, let's go get the Site of Grace, then we'll go over to Redmane and cover that, and hopefully we'll find our bell bearing that will make it so we don't have to worry about finding a somber one. It's pretty much the only thing preventing us from doing any leveling up right now. If we can find the somber one, then I can probably just see myself doing the first major boss fight, like, pretty darn quickly. which would be nice. So. Nothing here that I'm really too stoked on right now. So I think we're fine. I think we're okay there. Let's go ahead and check and see what this graveyard has for us over here, and then we'll go ahead and find out otherwise what else we're dealing with. Kind of a terrifying enemy. Kind of a terrifying enemy. But luckily, they've decided to disengage, like, drastically, so sure, we'll take it. Also, Black Flame Tornado this early is really, really nice. So, cool. Heck, it has been a bit of a stream, though, hasn't it? We've gone through the ringer here today. It has been a hell of a time. Sit down. Awesome. Let's go collect, hopefully, what's going to be a bell bearing right over here. Bell bearing? Hey! Somber Minor Bell Bearing 1. Awesome. Okay, cool. And, if I'm not mistaken, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. Alright, so we still are missing a 5 right now, but that's fine. I don't really care that we're missing a 5. We're already up to a +4, just like that. Excuse me, Chili Teas, please grab the fucking item. Thank you. Somber 5? Somber 7, okay. Great. I gotta be concerned about what I actually pick up sometimes, but, you know, it would be nice. Alright, so, just like that, we have ourselves now a Somber 4. That's not enough cash. This might be enough cash. There's that. Okay, cool. And we're gonna go ahead and get this up, actually right now, probably, because that is just really darn useful. Alright, cool. Nice. I gotta say, of all of the tiers that we could have gotten for our flask, that is really, really darn good. That's what I thought. Okay, cool. Actually, we could turn this into our Black Flame Blade. That is not the dumbest idea in the world. We don't really, I think, need to worry about it right now too much. But it is an option for us. Alright, anyways. Just like that, we have a +4. And I think we have enough to deal with our very first boss. Also, on top of that, we have a electric tier, which is just kind of really nice. So nice. That is a terrifying set of doggos to be chilling up here. Exactly why fucking terrifying. Hazo's armor, sure, why not? That's a lobster. Please don't immediately fucking put me in the grave. Literally bullshit lobster as always. Awesome. There we go, flask upgrade. Hey, look at that, it's Malekith.
Warrior blood must truly run in thy veins. Tarnished.
It's funny, I could have sworn that would be fine. But okay, whatever. And that's a Malekith foot in the grave. We love to see it. Early Malekith, easy fight. Only 9k. Only 9k for killing early Malekith. Wonderful.
Cower in fear of the night. It's tight. God, you'll breach the... Well, but of course.
We always get main gate here. It's a safety option. Cool. Summer 5? No, okay. Thank you, Star. Alright, kill Gostok real quickly, since he's right here.
Why is it always me? What did I do?
Cash money, okay. There we go, cool. Ah, boy howdy. What a day. What a day this has been. There's not necessarily a like there is, yes, Star, but it's unfortunately not straightforward as it like it's not as easy as it could be. but it's okay. We'll eventually find what we're looking for anyways. It's just going to be one of those things of like, hey, we'll either find it eventually or we'll be able to buy it eventually, so. Or, who knows, maybe we'll find something else entirely, and that'll work easily as well. Or I might throw in broad daylight because I'm a goofball and a goober. But luckily there was no rune bear here, so it's not a punish. Thank God there wasn't a rune bear there, actually. Alright, go do this real quickly. That was probably the easiest run that we've had here in a minute. The enemies here are all relatively normal, which is nice. Standard bear, that's fine. America's Hammer. America's Hammer doesn't really strike me as something worth talking about. There we go, put the bear in the grave. And guess what? She gets to die too.
I am slain. Please. Become Elden Lord.
Cool. That'll be really, really useful if for some reason I end up with a holy weapon. Cool. Decked is half. Awesome. Ancient Somber. Luckily, I will say this. The first, 20 minutes of the game at this point had become very, very straightforward, as far as it stands. In most cases. Unless, of course, obviously, I end up with, the most asinine shit weapon humanly possible. I feel like we're pretty good on these chunks of the playthrough at this point, which is nice. Nice, Reduvia. Okay, we'll definitely take a Reduvia. Fuck yeah. Curl Drake. Nothing worth talking about too much here. It's fine. I don't know why I'm bothering chugging, because we're literally just gonna go sit down at Site of Grace in just 2 seconds. You know what, actually, while I'm thinking about it here, better armor quality. I don't think we have any talismans that make it actually better. Oh, Blue Dancer, I don't know when that happened, but that's not a bad thing at all. Okay, cool. Alright, cool. Well, I think we're pretty much good to go with whatever is going to be our first boss. God, I still miss, Infinite Crab. Godfrey the Grafted. Cool. big meaty staggers, put him in the grave. Awesome. And that is Godfrey put in the grave just like that.
I am the Lord of all that is golden, and one day we'll return together.
I don't think I need this site of grace for any reason, but
bathed in rays
I'll go
of
ahead and get it real
gold.
quickly, just cause. But let's go ahead and head into Liurnia. But yeah, no, like I said, this weapon is a hard carry. That's fine.
And believe it or for a... Well, you're a true... My name, presuming you only...
Golden Foot, sure, why not? I don't like there being just a crab chilling there, but whatever. Alright, cool. Hey, look at that, there's our Somber 5. Okay. So, Somber 5. 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, we're missing a 9, but we can already get a +8. Just like that.
You're surprised no matter. Why don't... Oh, don't...
Okay, let's see here. Way too expensive. Way too expensive. Cool. More shit that's just frankly way too expensive, but we'll go ahead and get the bell bearing because that's a lot of honestly decent items. It's just too expensive to just purchase. Go, cool. Hey, look at that, there's that Somber 9. Okay, nice. That is... You know, I'm not even gonna dick around with that. That is just a maxed out, that's a maxed out weapon. Just like that. We are going to just max out this axe. There is no reason not to do so. There we go. Maxed out Stormhawk Axe. We'd love to see it. Alright, there we go. Cool. Randomizers can be anywhere from awful, miserable times to get things maxed out to, yes, absolutely the easiest thing ever. It is just entirely dependent upon how lucky you are for a randomizer seed, but in this case, we've gotten pretty darn lucky, honestly. Like, not even gonna lie about it. This has been a very good one. Okay, it might be a little stupid here, but I'm gonna go fight the tree that's over this way. I feel like we're pretty darn tanky here. Or maybe not tanky, but we're at least pretty darn well statted. So. Yeah, look at that damage. A little annoyed about that. Big meaty hit. You know, it's funny that I say these things and then things like that happen. I'm gonna rebuff. There we go. Put him in the grave. Awesome, 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 awesome. Chicken foot real quickly. I don't know if that counted in time, but geez, OP, it's... It really goes to show just how quickly things can kind of get turned on their heads in these randomizers. Anyways, we're going to go ahead and do Vigor and Endurance, I think, for right now. We have the finger weapon. We have the 2 axes, frankly. None of them require anything in any of the mental stats. So I think we're just going to go Vigor, Endurance, and Strength and Dex at this point. Which is nice. That's really, really nice, actually. So that saves us a lot of headache in the grand scheme of things. But I think that is going to have to do us for today. It is deeply sad that we had to lose such a perfect run, honestly. But you know what? Honestly, that's the good news about randomizers, I suppose, is that while one run may die miserably, another run may spawn in with, frankly, already 40 Vigor, a fully upgraded Stormhawk Axe, and halfway decent armor, frankly. So we're not really that bad off as it stands, and as it stands, we may frankly just be able to do what we did tonight. But again, you know. So, is it awesome? Maybe not. But that is going to have to be it for tonight, folks. Thank you so much for stopping in, having a fun time with me, all that magical stuff. If you did have a fun time, be sure to leave a like. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already considered it. Be sure to join our Discord if you'd love to be a part of our community, because, hey, guess what? We love new people in our community, so that is a fact. But take great care of yourselves. Starburst, thank you so much for being here as always. Mamba, thank you for suggesting the new wonderful name that we're working with here tonight. Um, that is going to have to be it for tonight, folks. Take good care of yourselves. I will see you all later. And yeah, thank you so much for stopping in.